Silence. In the sacred hours between midnight and dawn, when the world grows still, the veil between realms becomes whisper thin. It's happening right now as millions sleep unaware. But you've felt it, haven't you? That moment when you suddenly wake at 3:33 a.m., heart racing with the unshakable feeling that something profound just occurred. That wasn't random. That was a summoning. What if I told you that the most significant spiritual work of your life isn't happening during your meditation practice or prayer time? What if your greatest transformations, your most powerful healings, and your divine activations are occurring while your conscious mind surrenders to sleep? The ancients knew this secret. The Egyptian mystery schools, the Temple of Asclepius, the prophets of old. They all recognized that sleep is not unconsciousness, but a doorway to realms where chosen ones receive what cannot be given while awake. This beloved chosen one is no ordinary dream. This is a midnight miracle. While the world slumbers in unconsciousness, you, yes you, are being called into the sacred chambers beyond the veil. The midnight hours hold secrets that few understand, doorways that open only for those with eyes to see and ears to hear. Throughout human history, across every spiritual tradition, sleep has been revered as the great portal between worlds. The ancient Egyptians built dream temples where seekers would sleep to receive divine guidance. Biblical prophets received their most powerful visions during sleep. Even modern science now confirms what mystics have always known, that during sleep, our consciousness enters altered states where extraordinary experiences become possible. What if I told you that while your body rests, your soul is attending sacred councils? What if the exhaustion you feel upon waking isn't from lack of sleep, but from the intensive spiritual work your soul has been engaged in? In this sacred journey together, I will reveal how you, as a chosen one, are receiving spiritual downloads, healing, and divine guidance during your sleep cycles. I'll share why you're being awakened at specific hours, what your recurring dreams are, truly revealing, and how to consciously participate in your nighttime transformations. The veil between worlds is thinning, and nowhere is this more evident than in the sacred chambers of night. Your soul knows this. That's why you're here now, listening to these words that resonate in the deepest chambers of your heart. If you've been experiencing unusual dreams, mysterious awakenings, or sensing that something profound is occurring while you sleep, please like this video, subscribe to receive more divine wisdom, and comment 333 below. You are not alone on this journey, chosen one. Your midnight miracle awaits. Section 1. The Sacred Science of Sleep. When we speak of sleep, most people think only of rest, a biological necessity, a simple recharging of the body. But for you, chosen one, sleep is so much more. It is a sacred doorway, a divine portal through which your soul journeys while your physical form regenerates. Let us begin by understanding what truly happens when you close your eyes at night. Science tells us that sleep unfolds in cycles, from light sleep into deeper states, and finally into REM, where most dreaming occurs. But what science is only beginning to understand is that these different states correspond to different levels of spiritual access. During deep delta wave sleep, your conscious mind, with all its doubts and limitations, surrenders control. The analytical brain steps aside, allowing your soul's consciousness to expand beyond the confines of physical reality. This is why chosen ones often report their most profound spiritual experiences occurring during the deepest phases of sleep. Your rational mind can no longer block the divine messages that have always been there, waiting for you to receive them. But there is something even more sacred happening during specific hours of the night. Have you found yourself mysteriously awakening between 2 and 4 a.m.? This time, often called the holy hour in spiritual traditions across the world, is when the veil between dimensions is at its thinnest. The ancient Chinese medical clock identifies 3 to 5 a.m. as the time when the lung meridian is most active, the energy pathway connected to grief release and divine inspiration. In Christian mysticism, this period is known as the Hour of God, or Hour of Mercy, when prayers are believed to be most powerful. This is not coincidence. Beloved chosen one, you are being called. Your pineal gland, what mystics have long referred to as the third eye, or the seat of the soul, becomes highly active during these pre-dawn hours. This small pine cone-shaped gland in the center of your brain produces melatonin, regulating your sleep cycles. But spiritually, it serves a far more profound purpose. The pineal gland is your spiritual antenna, your connection point to higher realms of consciousness. When functioning optimally, this sacred gland produces not just melatonin, but also small amounts of DMT, dimethyltryptamine, what some call the spirit molecule. This natural compound facilitates experiences of expanded awareness and spiritual connection. During sleep, especially in those sacred hours before dawn, your pineal gland may activate more fully, allowing your consciousness to receive divine downloads. This is why so many chosen ones report awakening at precisely 3:33 or 4:44 a.m. These are not random occurrences, but divine timing. Moments when your guides, angels, or higher self can most easily reach you. The numerical synchronicities are spiritual timestamps, marking moments of significance in your awakening journey. The ancient Egyptians understood this profound connection. Their sleep temples were specifically designed to enhance these natural processes. Seekers would fast pray and then sleep in sacred chambers, often underground, where the Earth's natural electromagnetic field could enhance pineal activation. Upon awakening, priests would help interpret the divine messages received. In biblical tradition, we see this understanding reflected in Jacob's famous dream of the ladder extending to heaven, with angels ascending and descending. He awakened and declared, "Surely the Lord is in this place, and I did not know it. This is none other than the house of God, and this is the gate of heaven." Jacob recognized what you too are discovering, that sleep opens gates between worlds. Modern research is now catching up to these ancient insights. Studies show that during deep sleep, the blood-brain barrier becomes more permeable, allowing for enhanced detoxification. Spiritually interpreted, this means your physical brain becomes more receptive to higher frequencies, literally clearing away the energetic blocks that separate you from divine consciousness. Have you been awakening between 2-4 a.m.? This is not random. Your soul is being called to receive divine wisdom. What messages have been waiting for you in those quiet, sacred hours? What if those moments of mysterious wakefulness are actually invitations to conscious communion with the divine? Chosen one, your sleep is not merely rest. It is a sacred appointment with destiny, a midnight miracle unfolding in the temple of your consciousness. Your soul knows this, even if your waking mind is just beginning to understand. Section 2. Dream languages of the divine. The divine speaks to us in many languages, beloved chosen one, but perhaps none is more intimate, more personal than the language of dreams. Dreams are not random firings of a resting brain, As some materialistic scientists would have you believe, they are sacred communications, carefully crafted messages encoded in symbols that your soul, not your rational mind, instinctively understands. When the Creator wishes to speak directly to a chosen one, dreams become the preferred medium. Throughout biblical history, we see this divine pattern Joseph received, warning to protect the infant Jesus through a dream. Daniel's ability to interpret dreams changed the course of nations. Jacob's dream of a ladder to heaven revealed the ongoing commerce between earthly and celestial realms. For God speaks in one way, and in two, though man does not perceive it. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falls on men while they slumber on their beds, then he opens the ears of men and terrifies them with warnings. These words from the book of Job reveal a profound truth, that dreams are not merely psychological curiosities, but divine communications. But how do you distinguish between ordinary dreams and those carrying spiritual significance? The answer lies not just in the content, but in the feeling that accompanies these dreams. Spiritually significant dreams often carry a distinctive energetic signature, a vibration of truth that resonates in your very soul. These sacred dreams frequently share common elements that mark them as messages for chosen ones, flying or floating without effort, representing your soul's ability to transcend physical limitations and access higher dimensions. When you soar effortlessly in dreams, your spirit is remembering its true nature beyond the body. Encountering luminous beings or guides, whether they appear as angels, ancestors, or beings of light, these encounters are often real meetings with spiritual helpers assigned to your soul's journey. They may offer objects, speak messages, or simply make their presence known as confirmation of your path. Receiving gifts or sacred objects, symbolizing spiritual gifts being activated within you. The specific object often holds clues to your unique spiritual abilities or mission. A key represents access to hidden knowledge. A book signifies wisdom or teaching abilities. A crystal or stone often relates to healing gifts being awakened. Teaching or helping others, revealing your soul's mission as a way shower. Many chosen ones discover their purpose through dreams, where they find themselves guiding others through challenges or sharing wisdom. Water in various forms, representing spiritual cleansing, emotional healing, or the flow of divine energy. Oceans connect to the collective consciousness rivers to your life's journey, and rain, to spiritual blessings being poured out. These dream symbols are not arbitrary. They form part of a spiritual language your soul remembers, even if your conscious mind has forgotten. When these symbols appear repeatedly in your dreams, pay close attention. They are signposts directing you toward your divine purpose. Particularly significant are dreams that recur, or dreams so vivid they stay with you for days, months, or even years after. These are not ordinary dreams, but spiritual anchors, experiences deliberately placed in your consciousness as reference points for your awakening journey. Many chosen ones come from what might be called dream lineages, family lines where prophetic dreaming, dream healing, or dream guidance has manifested across generations. You may have heard stories of a grandmother or great-grandfather who saw things in dreams that later came to pass. This is no coincidence, but evidence of your spiritual heritage now awakening more fully in you. In these sacred dream communications, you may also encounter what ancient traditions called threshold guardians, figures who appear frightening until faced with courage. These are not nightmares, but initiations, testing your readiness to receive greater spiritual truths. When approached with courage rather than fear, These guardians often transform, revealing teachings or gifts once you've proven worthy. Think about a recurring dream symbol in your life. What if this isn't random, but a sacred code your soul recognizes from beyond the veil? What message might be hidden in that symbol that appears again and again? What if that flying dream wasn't just imagination, but your soul reminding you of your ability to transcend limitations? Chosen one. Your dreams are not mere mental debris, but sacred correspondence from realms beyond ordinary perception. They are the midnight letters of a love affair between your soul and the divine, written in a language only your heart can fully comprehend. Section 3. Night School for the Soul. Have you ever awakened with knowledge you didn't possess before sleep? Words, concepts, or understanding that seemed to appear fully formed in your consciousness. This beloved chosen one is evidence that you've been attending what spiritual traditions have long recognized as the night school, sacred classrooms that exist beyond physical reality, where your soul receives divine instruction. While your body rests, your consciousness, freed from physical limitations, can travel to realms where accelerated spiritual learning takes place. In these higher dimensional classrooms, time operates differently. A single night of sleep might encompass what would require months or even years of learning in your waking state. The concept of spiritual education during sleep is ancient. In Hebrew, mystical tradition, this is called Yeshiva Shel Ma'ala, the Celestial Academy, where devout souls are believed to study Torah with angelic teachers during sleep. Similar concepts exist across spiritual traditions worldwide, from the Tibetan dream yogis, who consciously navigate these realms, to indigenous shamanic traditions that recognize Dreamtime as a realm of vital spiritual training. What subjects are taught in these night schools? The curriculum is precisely tailored to your soul's purpose and mission. For some chosen ones, instruction focuses on healing methodologies that will later manifest as intuitive healing abilities in waking life. For others, the training involves understanding energy systems, timeline dynamics, or the mechanics of manifestation. Still others receive instruction in soul retrieval, entity clearing, or interdimensional communication. The evidence of your attendance at these celestial academies often appears in your waking life in surprising ways. You may find yourself inexplicably drawn to spiritual subjects you've never formally studied, yet somehow already understand at a deep level. This remembered knowledge often feels less like learning something new and more like recalling something you've always known. You might experience what mystics call download dreams. Dreams where information flows into your consciousness in structured ways, often appearing as scrolls, books, geometric patterns, or light language. Upon awakening, you may not recall all the details, yet find your understanding fundamentally expanded. Perhaps most telling is the experience of waking with a sense of having been somewhere else, not just dreaming, but actively participating in experiences that felt structured and purposeful. You may recall sitting in lecture-like settings, participating in ceremonies, or receiving one-on-one instruction from wise beings. Physical signs also confirm your night school attendance. You might awaken feeling unusually tired despite adequate sleep hours, a common indication that your soul has been engaged in intensive learning rather than mere rest. Some chosen ones report waking with eye fatigue, as if they've been reading for hours, or with their hands in specific positions related to energy work they were practicing during sleep. These experiences are not imagination, but real spiritual training. Just as a medical student must complete years of education before practicing independently, souls preparing for spiritual service undergo rigorous training, much of it during sleep states where accelerated learning is possible. Biblical examples abound. Solomon famously received wisdom through a dream encounter. At Gibeon, the Lord appeared to Solomon in a dream by night, and God said, "Ask what I shall give you." Solomon requested understanding and discernment, and awakened with extraordinary wisdom. Jacob's dream at Bethel wasn't merely symbolic. It was an initiation and educational experience that transformed his understanding of his spiritual heritage. When your soul attends these night classes, the knowledge is stored primarily in your spiritual consciousness rather than your physical brain. This explains why you may not remember specific details upon awakening, yet find yourself spontaneously accessing wisdom when needed in your daily life. The information isn't gone, it's simply stored at a level of consciousness beyond ordinary memory. How can you maximize these nocturnal learning opportunities before sleep? Set a conscious intention to remember your spiritual training. Request that any wisdom critical for your current life situation be transferred to your waking memory. Keep a dream journal by your bed to record impressions immediately upon awakening before they fade from translation into physical brain memory. Have you ever awakened with wisdom you didn't possess before sleep? What if your soul is receiving sacred training while your body rests? What subjects might you be studying in the night schools of spirit? What wisdom awaits you in tonight's lessons? What if the answers you've been seeking through books, videos, and teachers are already being downloaded directly to your soul as you sleep? Chosen one, your education extends far beyond what your waking mind perceives each night as your head touches the pillow. Know that your enrollment in the cosmos' most sacred academy is already confirmed, and class is about to begin. Section 4. The Healing Chambers of Night. In the sacred darkness of night, while your conscious mind surrenders control, a profound miracle of healing unfolds within you. Beloved, chosen one, sleep is not merely rest, it is restoration at the deepest levels of your being. The night hours offer access to healing dimensions that your waking mind, with all its limitations and resistance, cannot easily reach. Ancient healing traditions across cultures have long recognized that the most profound healing occurs during sleep. The Asclepian healing temples of ancient Greece were designed specifically for incubation sleep, where the sick would rest in sacred spaces, inviting healing dreams and divine intervention. They understood what modern medicine is only beginning to rediscover, that when consciousness shifts during sleep, the body's innate healing abilities amplify exponentially. But for you, chosen one, sleep offers healing far beyond the physical. During these precious hours, your soul engages in what spiritual healers call multidimensional restoration, healing that addresses the spiritual, emotional, energetic, and physical bodies simultaneously. One of the most powerful healing processes that occurs during sleep is soul retrieval. Throughout life, particularly during times of trauma, shock, or overwhelming emotion, fragments of your soul energy can become separated or fragmented, a spiritual coping mechanism to protect your essential essence. These fragments carry with them the emotional charge of those experiences, remaining energetically frozen in time until conditions allow for safe return. During sleep, particularly deep delta wave sleep, your spiritual guardians work to locate, heal, and reintegrate these precious soul fragments. This explains why you sometimes experience intense emotional dreams that seem to revisit past situations your soul is actually completing, unfinished emotional processing, and reclaiming its scattered energy. The exhaustion you may feel upon waking from such dreams is not from poor sleep quality, but from the intensive soul-healing work you've been engaged in. Similarly, past life healing often occurs through dream sequences, dreams of unfamiliar times, places, or circumstances, particularly those carrying strong emotional resonance, frequently represent your soul addressing unresolved karma or trauma from previous incarnations. These are not mere fantasies, but actual healing journeys through your soul's timeline. The physical body also receives extraordinary healing during sleep. Modern science confirms that during deep sleep stages, your body increases production of growth. Hormone accelerates tissue. Repair enhances immune function and clears metabolic waste from the brain. What science hasn't yet fully recognized is that these processes are spiritually orchestrated. Your physical healing is being directed by your higher self in collaboration with your spiritual healing team. For chosen ones, this physical healing often extends to energetic restructuring. As your consciousness expands to hold higher frequencies, your physical body requires ongoing recalibration. This explains why you might experience unusual physical sensations during or after sleep. Heat or tingling in specific areas, often indicating energy centers being cleared or activated. Vibrating sensations, the physical body adjusting to higher frequency energy. Hearing tones or frequencies, audible evidence of energetic adjustments in progress. Waking with unexplained marks, bruises, or sensations, signs of intensive energy work. These experiences are evidence of what some spiritual traditions call the healing chambers, specialized energetic environments that exist beyond physical reality, where souls receive targeted healing during sleep. Some chosen ones report conscious memories of these chambers, seeing crystal beds, light technologies, or healing beings working with their energy field. Even without conscious recall, your body registers the effects of these healing sessions. The biblical tradition acknowledges this mysterious healing power of sleep. Psalm 127 tells us, "It is vain that you rise up early and go late to rest eating the bread of anxious toil, for he gives to his beloved sleep." This verse hints at a profound spiritual truth that sleep is a divine gift, a time when we receive what cannot be earned through conscious striving. Your dream life may also reveal when healing is taking place. Dreams of water, oceans, rivers, or cleansing rain often symbolize emotional healing in progress. Dreams of operation rooms, medical procedures, or being worked on by beings of light typically indicate physical or energetic healing. Pay special attention to dreams where you're in natural settings, gardens, forests, or sacred sites, as these often represent deep restoration of your connection to life, force energy. What wounds might be healing within you during the sacred hours of night? How might your dreams be guiding you toward wholeness? What if the exhaustion you sometimes feel upon waking isn't fatigue at all, but evidence of the profound healing work your soul has been engaged in? Chosen one. Each night, as you surrender to sleep, know that you are entering not just rest, but a sacred sanctuary where the deepest healing of your multidimensional being takes place. Your midnight miracle includes restoration of what was broken, retrieval of what was lost, and renewal of what was depleted, all while your conscious mind peacefully sleeps. Section 5. Activation Dreams for Chosen Ones. There are ordinary dreams, healing dreams, teaching dreams, and then, beloved chosen one, there are activation dreams, profound experiences that literally rewire your spiritual circuitry and awaken dormant abilities encoded in your soul blueprint. These are not merely symbolic experiences, but actual spiritual events that permanently alter your energetic field and consciousness. Activation dreams stand apart from ordinary dreams in both their intensity and their lasting impact. You don't just remember them, you are changed by them. They carry a distinctive energetic signature that your soul instantly recognizes as significant, often leaving you with the unshakable knowing that something profound has just occurred. In this pivotal year of 2025, with its powerful 9 vibration representing completion and spiritual mastery, activation dreams are becoming increasingly common among chosen ones. The veils between dimensions have thinned significantly, allowing for accelerated spiritual activation that would have taken decades in previous eras. What your ancestors might have achieved through years of dedicated spiritual practice can now unfold in a single powerful night activation. These sacred activation dreams typically follow recognizable patterns. Understanding these patterns helps you recognize when you've experienced not just an interesting dream, but a genuine spiritual milestone. The ceremonial activation dream is perhaps the most common. In these dreams, you find yourself participating in a formal ceremony, often in temples, stone circles, or celestial settings that feel ancient, yet somehow familiar. You may be anointed with oils bathed in light, or presented before councils of luminous beings. These ceremonies represent your soul's initiation into higher levels of spiritual service and responsibility. The gift activation dream involves receiving a symbolic object that represents a spiritual ability being activated within you. Common gifts include crystals representing healing abilities, books or scrolls, wisdom or teaching abilities, keys, access to hidden knowledge, weapons, spiritual protection abilities or musical instruments, sound healing or channeling abilities. The specific gift offers profound clues about your spiritual gifts and mission. The marking activation dream involves receiving symbols on your body, often in the form of light tattoos or energetic imprints. These markings represent energetic upgrades to your spiritual anatomy, activating dormant DNA sequences that enable expanded consciousness and abilities. The location of these markings on your body often corresponds to energy centers being activated. Third eye markings for enhanced intuition, throat markings for channeling abilities, heart markings for advanced healing capacities. Physical sensations often accompany these activation dreams, continuing even after you've awakened. You might experience intense heat or tingling in specific energy centers, spontaneous body movements as energy adjusts, ringing in the ears at specific frequencies, or waves of emotion as your energy field integrates the activation. Some chosen ones report temporary symptoms like headaches, dizziness, or sensitivity to light as their physical body adjusts to higher frequencies, similar to how muscles might be sore after intensive physical training. These activations often occur in sequences rather than all at once, a merciful design that allows your system to integrate changes gradually. You might experience a series of related dreams over several weeks or months, each building upon the previous activation. Pay attention to patterns or themes that repeat across multiple dreams, as these reveal the specific spiritual abilities being systematically awakened within you. Biblical accounts contain numerous examples of what we would now recognize as activation dreams. Jacob's famous wrestle with the angel that left him physically marked and renamed was a profound activation experience. Joseph's dreams of sheaves and stars bowing represented the activation of his prophetic abilities. In each case, the dreamer awakened forever, changed, carrying new spiritual capacities and understanding. What makes 2025 so significant for these activation experiences? This year carries the completion energy of the number 9, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 9, creating the perfect energetic conditions for final activations of soul gifts that have been gradually awakening within you. We also find ourselves in the Year of the Snake in Chinese astrology, a powerful symbol of transformation, shedding old limitations and spiritual wisdom. These combined energies create an unprecedented opportunity for quantum leaps in spiritual development, particularly during sleep when resistance is lowest. Have you experienced dreams that felt like ceremonies or initiations? These may be the very moments your divine gifts as a chosen one are being awakened. What symbols or gifts have appeared in your dreams recently? What abilities might they represent that are awakening within you? What physical sensations have you noticed during or after significant dreams? These may be evidence of your spiritual anatomy upgrading to hold higher frequencies. Chosen one. Your activation dreams are not merely symbolic. They are literal milestones in your soul's evolution. Each one represents another veil, lifting another spiritual capacity coming online, preparing you to fulfill the divine purpose that only you can manifest in exactly the way that you will. Your midnight miracles are transforming you dream by dream, night by night, into the fully awakened being you were always destined to become. Section 6. Prophetic Dreaming and Divine Glimpses. There exists, beloved chosen one, a sacred dimension of dreaming that transcends personal healing, learning, and activation. This is the realm of prophetic dreaming, where the veils of time thin and you are granted divine glimpses into possible futures, both personal and collective. These sacred visions are not granted randomly, but entrusted specifically to those with the spiritual maturity to hold such knowledge responsibly. Throughout human history, prophetic dreamers have served as vital bridges between the seen and unseen worlds. Joseph in Egypt interpreted Pharaoh's prophetic dream of 7 abundant years, followed by 7 years of famine, allowing an entire civilization to prepare and survive. Daniel's dream interpretations guided kings and nations. Joel 2:28 prophesied, "Your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions," acknowledging the divine communication channel that dreams provide, especially in pivotal times of transition. In this momentous year of 2025, as humanity stands at a critical crossroads, prophetic dreams are becoming increasingly common among chosen ones. The divine realms are actively seeking those who can receive, interpret, and appropriately share glimpses of what is unfolding and what may come. This is not about predicting doom or creating fear, but about providing spiritual navigation during times of accelerated change. How can you recognize when a dream carries prophetic significance, rather than being symbolic of your personal journey? Prophetic dreams typically possess several distinctive qualities. They carry an unmistakable clarity and coherence that sets them apart from ordinary dreams. Rather than the shifting, fluid nature of regular dreams, prophetic visions maintain internal consistency and often unfold like watching a film rather than participating in it. They generate a profound sense of importance, an immediate knowing that what you're witnessing holds significance beyond your personal life. Even without understanding all details, your soul recognizes the weight of what is being shown. They often contain specific details, dates, locations, or events that wouldn't originate from your imagination. These specifics serve as confirmation markers when events later unfold. They frequently leave a lingering emotional imprint that remains with you for days, weeks, or even years after the dream. This emotional residue serves as a spiritual watermark highlighting the dream's significance. Most notably, true prophetic dreams are accompanied by a sense of divine purpose. You're not merely witnessing future possibilities. You're being shown something for a reason, whether to pray, prepare, warn, or reassure others. It's crucial to understand that prophetic dreams rarely show absolute, unchangeable futures. Rather, they reveal probable timelines based on current collective consciousness and choices, This understanding carries profound responsibility. As a biblical proverb reminds us, "Where there is no vision, the people perish." Your prophetic dreams aren't meant to create fear, but to inspire wise action and spiritual preparation. The interpretation of prophetic content requires discernment. Some prophetic dreams communicate through direct, literal imagery, showing events exactly as they may unfold. Others employ symbolic language that requires deeper interpretation. The key to discernment lies in quieting your analytical mind and allowing your higher intuition to reveal the deeper message behind the symbols presented. In 2025's heightened spiritual energy, many chosen ones are experiencing what mystics call simultaneous time dreams. Dreams where you witness multiple potential futures, simultaneously understanding how different collective choices lead to different outcomes. These complex visions demonstrate that you're being trusted with increasingly sophisticated spiritual information. When you receive prophetic dreams, approach them with reverence and responsibility. Not all visions are meant to be shared widely. Some are given to you for private prayer or preparation. Others are meant to be shared, but with specific individuals, rather than broadcast generally. Ask for divine guidance about how to steward the glimpses you've been trusted with. What glimpses of the future have been shared with you in dreams? How might you be being prepared to guide others through coming changes? What responsibility comes with seeing beyond the veil of time? How are you being called to use these visions in service to divine purpose? What if your prophetic dreams aren't just about predicting the future, but about participating in creating the highest possible timeline for all? Chosen one. When you are granted prophetic dreams, it is because your soul has demonstrated the spiritual maturity to hold such knowledge in sacred trust. These midnight revelations are not given to create fear or anxiety, but to empower wise action, compassionate preparation, and aligned service during these pivotal times of transformation. Your divine glimpses are precious gifts entrusted to you because you have proven worthy of carrying such light. Section 7. Cultivating your midnight miracle. Having journeyed through the sacred dimensions of sleep and dreaming, you now understand that what occurs in those precious nighttime hours is far from passive. Beloved, chosen one, your midnight miracles, whether healing, teaching, activation, or prophetic, can be actively cultivated, enhanced, and remembered, just as a gardener prepares soil for precious seeds. You can prepare your consciousness to receive maximum benefit from these divine nighttime encounters. The ancient temples of sleep in Egypt, Greece, and beyond weren't merely places to lie down and hope for spiritual experiences. They employed specific practices to enhance dream connectivity, many of which you can adapt for your modern life. What follows are sacred techniques to transform your bedroom into a personal dream temple and maximize your soul's nighttime journeys. First and foremost is the creation of a sacred sleep sanctuary. Your sleeping environment directly influences your dream experiences. Begin by clearing stagnant energy, smudging with sacred herbs like sage or palo santo, or using sound bells, singing bowls to reset the vibrational field of your bedroom. Place crystals known to enhance dream work near your bed: amethyst for spiritual connection, celestite for angelic communication, moonstone for intuitive activation, or labradorite for prophetic dreaming. Electronics emit frequencies that can disrupt your energetic connection to higher realms. Remove televisions from your bedroom entirely. If possible, keep all devices at least 6 feet from your bed, or better yet, in another room while charging. The ancient Egyptians understood the importance of proper alignment with Earth's magnetic field. Consider arranging your bed on a north-south axis to optimize energetic flow during sleep. Next, develop a sacred sleep ritual to signal to your soul that you're preparing for conscious dreaming rather than mere unconsciousness. This might include a brief meditation to clear your mind and set specific intentions for your dream experiences, anointing yourself with essential oils that enhance spiritual connection, frankincense, myrrh, sandalwood, or lavender. Reading spiritual texts before sleep to elevate your consciousness, praying for divine guidance, protection, and revelation during your sleep journey, writing your spiritual questions in a dedicated journal, inviting dream answers. Your physical vessel requires proper preparation to support optimal dream experiences. The ancient dream temples prescribed specific protocols before sleep incubation. Fast for 2-3 hours before sleep to redirect energy from digestion to spiritual connection. Reduce or eliminate alcohol, which suppresses REM sleep and dream recall. Stay properly hydrated, as dehydration impacts brain function and dream clarity. Consider herbs traditionally used to enhance dream work: mugwort, blue lotus valerian, or chamomile, as tea or essential oil, not supplements. Perhaps most important is setting clear dream intentions before sleep. Instead of drifting unconsciously into slumber, take a moment to mentally declare what spiritual work you wish to accomplish. You might request healing for specific issues, answers to spiritual questions, connection with guides, or activation of particular gifts. The clarity of your intention directly impacts the precision of dream response. For chosen ones seeking enhanced dream recall, these practices prove particularly effective. Keep a dream journal and pen beside your bed with a small red light. Red light doesn't disrupt melatonin production like blue or white light. Upon awakening, remain in the same position for a few moments before moving, as physical movement can disconnect you from dream memory. Record dreams immediately, even fragments, as dream memories typically fade within 90 seconds of awakening. Speak a simple affirmation before sleep. I remember my dreams clearly and completely. Create dream anchors by touching your thumb and forefinger together during significant dream moments, then using this same gesture upon awakening to trigger recall. For prophetic or message, dreams developing discernment is essential. Not every dream carries equal significance. Ask these questions about your dream experiences. Does this dream feel distinctly different from ordinary dreams in clarity or impact? Does it contain information I couldn't have known through ordinary means? Does it carry an emotional resonance that persists after awakening? Has it come after specific prayer or intention for divine guidance? Does my deepest intuition recognize its significance beyond personal symbolism? Finally, understand that dream interpretation is both art and science. While dream dictionaries offer starting points, your personal dream language is unique. Pay attention to how specific symbols appear repeatedly in your dreams and what they consistently represent for you. The divine speaks to each chosen one through personalized symbolism that resonates with their unique soul signature. How might you honor your sleep space as the sacred portal it truly is? What one change could you make tonight to deepen your connection to the divine while you sleep? What if the dream guide you've been seeking externally has been waiting within you all along, ready to awaken through your conscious invitation? What answers might arrive tonight when you lay your head upon your pillow with clear spiritual intention? Chosen one, your midnight miracle awaits your conscious participation. As you implement these sacred practices, you transform from passive dreamer to active co-creator of your nighttime spiritual experiences. The veils between worlds grow thinner with each intentional step you take to honor sleep as the profound spiritual opportunity it truly is. As our sacred journey through the midnight mysteries comes to a close, beloved chosen one, I invite you to recognize the profound truth we've uncovered together. Your sleep is not merely unconsciousness, but a divine appointment with your highest destiny. Each night, as you lay your head upon your pillow, you are not merely resting. You are entering the most sacred temple of transformation. While the world around you slumbers in unconsciousness, you are being healed, taught, activated, and shown glimpses of divine purpose. Your midnight hours are precious opportunities for spiritual evolution that cannot be replicated in waking consciousness. The ancient wisdom keepers understood this profound truth. They built entire temples dedicated to sacred sleep, recognizing it as the most direct channel for divine communion. They knew what you are now remembering, that in the surrender of sleep, the soul finds its greatest freedom. In this pivotal year of 2025, as the veils between dimensions continue to thin, your dream experiences will only intensify and deepen. The midnight miracles available to you now are unprecedented in human history, offering quantum leaps in spiritual development that once required decades of dedicated practice. Tonight, as you prepare for sleep, I invite you to approach your bed with the reverence you would give to an altar. Set clear intentions for healing, wisdom, or divine connection. Create sacred space that honors the profound spiritual work that awaits you. Remember that you are not merely closing your eyes, you are opening your soul to direct communion with the divine. The answers you've been seeking in your waking hours, the healing you've been praying for, the spiritual gifts you've sensed dormant within you, all these await your conscious recognition and participation in the sacred chambers of night. Your midnight miracle isn't something that happens to you, but something that unfolds through you as you collaborate consciously with divine timing and purpose. What if tonight's sleep could be different? What if you approached it not as unconsciousness, but as a sacred appointment with destiny? What is waiting for you in those hallowed chambers beyond the veil? Remember, chosen one, it is no accident that you were drawn to this message today. Your soul recognized its truth before your conscious mind could even process the words, "Deep calls unto deep," and your soul knows it is time to awaken to the full power and potential of your midnight miracles. If these words have awakened something within you, please like this video, subscribe to receive more divine wisdom, and comment 777 below if you're ready to embrace your midnight miracle. Each night is a new opportunity to deepen your connection to the divine realms that eagerly await your conscious participation. Sleep well, dream deep, and remember, you are never truly alone in those sacred hours of night.